Hey guys, what's up? Coming at you with another Madden video. I wanted to come at you here with a blitz concept. I know I haven't covered defense in a ton here. I've only got the two videos out, but I wanted to introduce this blitz concept to you guys. You can use this concept out of almost any formation. Almost anybody will have a formation in their playbook they can use this out of. It works in the dollar. It can work in the nickel. It can work in 4-3. It can work in the 3-4. It's just a matter of trying to figure out exactly what type of scheme you want to run it out of and what's most beneficial to you. So to introduce it, I wanted to come out in this dollar here. I was just playing with this formation a little bit. Now, all you want to do for this to work is you want to crunch your D-line down and send them in. Make the adjustment to point of attack slant inside. Now, in this particular formation, you're going to press coverage. Make sure you cover over the top so you don't get beat too terribly. And you're going to blitz this center guy. And you're going to want to get him in 62 and 60, somewhere in between the center and the guard. And I'm using two controllers, so I might not get off the block as quickly as I want, but we'll go ahead and see what happens here. Hike the ball, and you engage, and then you back out. Now, A was open. But the idea is I just wanted to show you exactly how it works out. And I'm going to show it in another formation that's probably a little bit better. But I kind of was just testing out this formation. But you're manually blitzing when you engage with 62 here, I'm bailing back out. And what happens is when you make that engagement there, you got a free runner coming from the outside. Now, that might not seem like it's coming terribly fast. But what I want to do now is get into a formation that's a little bit closer together. Something I like to run it sometimes out of the 3-4. We'll just come with pinch might go, so it requires little adjustment. And I'll show you a little adjustment that you can make to kind of switch it up occasionally on them. So we're going to come out and flood switch, something where nobody's walking, just show you the potential of it. So now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to crunch the line down, slam him inside. I was on him, so he didn't move in. And now, I would probably man align, press coverage here. Diggs didn't move for some reason, so I'll just manually move him. And then what you're going to do is the same kind of thing. You're going to set up right here. And the minute you engage, you're going to bail back out. And as you can see, it's actually a lot faster to engage and bail than you think it is, especially out of this 3-4. It works really well out of with everything crunched down the way it is. It can be a little difficult though, because obviously you see the look. If you're up against a run, that can be a little dangerous. But believe it or not, it's not as bad as it seems because you're in man's coverage. And I'm also man aligning to get them in front, just because it is a 5 wide. If it wasn't a 5 wide, I might not man align. It just depends on the positioning. But you see what happens. I engage with 62, and then the minute I bail out, I got a free runner coming. And that's an outside linebacker. I'll show you at full speed, show you how fast it is here. 1001, 1002, and he's on the ground. Now, could he make a throw? Yes, but actually, let's look at the coverage here. On this left side, I mean, he's got that throw out there to the zig. On this right side, he's got the throw to the zig. But by the time he's breaking out of that zig, he's already in his face. So he's going to be making a contested throw. 19's not out of his break yet. 22's about to make that out route cut. He hasn't even made it yet. So he's got to let it go here, and he has to lob it, which is going to be difficult. And then the outside guy running the streak is completely covered. And we come in with the sack. Another way you can run this, and I've seen other guys run this, not this exact play, but something pretty similar. You crunch everybody down like so. I would man align, so you're showing 0. And what you can do is adjust your guys accordingly. So it looks like something like this, or you can make, and do something like that. Now, what's nice about something to this effect is actually let's hike here and we'll run the play out. Now again, we're not getting a ton of pressure here. I just made the throw just to be a pain. But as you can see, what's nice is they're seeing 0. So you've already brought it a couple times. They're seeing 0. You bail these guys out. You see these zigs are not nearly as open. And this out route's going to be even a difficult throw to hit. And then you've got the middle of the field. It just does really well in coverage. And it's a nice switch up you can use out of this exact play. But even if you didn't want to do that, you wanted to run, let's say pinch dog, 4-3, which, you know, would be more of a zone blitz look. I mean, it's the same basic principle here. You can man align like so. I mean, I'm pressing. You don't have to press. And you're hiking the ball. Oh, I didn't engage in time. That was my own fault. Let me get back out of it. That was my fault. That's the problem with using the two controllers sometimes. It can be a little difficult to make sure you get the timing right. If you're using a single controller, you can hit this timing pretty much every time. You're going to hike it, you're going to engage, and then you're going to bail. And again, you're getting a free runner, and this time it's out of a zone look. And even, doesn't have to be bringing both, it can just be bringing one. As long as you're bringing 5, you can get pressure. Because as you can see, I'm not bringing it on that left side, but I'm bringing it on the right. Hike the ball, engage, bail out, and boom. So as you can see, it works in the 3-4, which is kind of nice. And again, using two controllers is making my timing a little wonky. But regardless, we can run it out of. The key to this exact concept is having somebody on the line. As long as you can get somebody, you're getting most of your blitzers on the line. If you guys watched actually the Miami Cardinals game or the Miami game versus the Rams, I'm a huge Dolphin fan, so I know you should feel bad for me. But regardless, you can see some of the blitzes that they would do is on one of the picks for the Rams, they did this exact concept where Wilkins engaged and then bailed out into a hook zone and was able to throw a pick because there was a free runner coming from the outside. You'll see this one a ton. I've seen a few people running this, but not this way. This Sam will blitz. And this is kind of where you can take it to the next level. You run this 4-3, you're blitzing 6. So you got 6 coming. And what you're going to do is you got this same concept. Now you got A uncovered here, so bear in mind he's going to be open. So let's see if we can do something about that. We'll just do this just for an example purpose. And what you're going to do is, boom, you're going to engage, and you got 2 guys coming on either side. Now, you had that outside seam open, but as you can see in a situation where you're bringing 6, what's great about this is that means they have 4 after they engage you to deal with the 6. So you got 2 guys coming, which means even if they're like the running back, you're still getting a free runner on whatever side the running back's not on, which is sweet. And again, this is something that you want to mix in. You know, this is why I like that 3-4. It has a lot of different zones out of it. But you can do it out of the dollar. You can even do it out of most nickels as long as you got somebody up on the line. This double A gap will work well. You can even do it out of this wide 9 if you really wanted to. Let me show it to you out of a 4-3. Now, it will not work out of a 4-3 normal unless you move the linebackers to another side because you want to get somebody up on the line. You can see the odd here. I got 56 on one side. It's basically a 3-4 kind of look over. But let's do it with the under. So with the under, we'll just do edge sting just because, again, it just makes my adjustments easier. And again, I don't even really have to make any adjustments, but I'll crunch the linebackers down just to, move that outside linebacker in a little bit. And we're going to do the exact same thing, and we're going to get the exact same type of pressure. Now, and like I said, if you look here, I'm able to bail out with Brooks relatively quickly. Now, this is something that you guys can just play around with. Whatever scheme you like to run, whatever defensive playbook you like to run out of, you can make adjustments out of this. And what's nice is mix it in with your normal coverages, or make adjustments to what you already have. So with this edge sting, I could move him into a bluff blitz. I could put him into a flat, a curl flat, a hook, hard flat, whatever I felt. Or I could double somebody, or I could even spy him like so if I really wanted to. And what's nice about that is then right here, I can engage, and yeah, you're not getting a ton of pressure coming, but the man coverage isn't bad on the back end. I mean, again, I'm just kind of playing around. You can do some different things with it. Even if you were to come out in that same look here in this under, let's say you came out in the Sam blitz, you can take this here, you're pressing down, let's say, and you bring this a couple times, right? So you bring it a couple times, you get the pressure, and then you go, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to bail him out into this normal hook here. And now I've basically got a just normal cover 2 look. And I can bail him into this, into some type of slide. I'm going to be on Brooks, so he's not going to move. But the point is here is now I've got a spy, I got 2 guys coming. And again, it's not like you're not going to be able to find open people. But the key is you can really run some really nice schemes and get a nice blitz package to complement some of the coverage. And you can make it look the same almost every time. I recommend the 3-4 odd just because you have a wider variety of coverages and a lot of blitzes coming out of it. You can do it from kind of either side. And it's pretty nice. I would also recommend some of the different nickels, like the Will here is pretty nice. The 3-3-5 for is a perfect example of what I mean by you need somebody on the line. Now, let's say we'll run loop crash as a perfect example. Now, as you can see, he doesn't come down, the outside linebacker. And this is just kind of to show you that it will not work in every formation without any adjustment. This formation, you can make it work, but it definitely requires adjustment. So you're going to engage, but by the time, because of where that linebacker is, I'll show you to you on the replay here. Because of where that linebacker is on the outside, he's too far back. So it gives the AI time to adjust. So I engage 62 here, and he hesitates, but because of the fact that it takes so long for that linebacker to come through, he's able to slide all the way over and make the play. Now, I can still make it work with certain adjustments. If I move the linebackers left, and what you got to do is do something like that and make it look as even as possible, press coverage, and then I wouldn't do it with him, I'd do it with him probably. And what we're going to do is we're going to get him in the middle, hike the ball, we're going to engage, and boom, we got an outside rusher. But you have to make that adjustment because they have to be on the line for this concept to work. And the reason that I wanted to show you the concept and not a certain play is because the concept works regardless. It doesn't matter as long as they're on the line, because by the time the offensive line realizes it, they're already beat. And again, not unstoppable. There are certain blitzes that are better than others. For example, I don't like running it out of this because I have to make the adjustment, which means that it's obvious that it's probably coming. Now, I can make that adjustment and have it not coming, but I'd rather have something where I don't have to make that adjustment. That'll also happen sometimes when you're bringing the DBs. Just be aware of that when you're playing around with it. As you can see, 77 drops him, but 60, it can't shift over in time. So he drops 56, and 56 comes in that B gap to engage. So again, play with it a little bit. Like I said, it's a nice little concept to manually blitz, and it's really quick to bounce off. All you're going to do is hit that offensive lineman, bounce back off, and you're going to get pressure out of, like I said, just about anything where you got people up on the line. And even in various 3-4s, this even, cub, predator, bear, doesn't matter. As long as you've got somebody on the line, you can make it happen. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Play around with this blitz concept. Let me know how it fares for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.